Welcome back to yet another general guide. We are approaching yet another anniversary for Project Sekai with the 3.5 anniversary just around the corner. This anniversary was also known on the Japanese server as the 3900 celebration campaign. But with March Colorful Corner, this was renamed to the Japanese 3.5 anniversary for the global server. And while the 3.5 anniversary definitely isn't as big as the 3rd anniversary, there's still a slew of happenings, events, and gachas that we should cover. But keeping things consistent to my 3rd anniversary ultimate guide, we will start with the patch notes. The patch releasing alongside the 3.5 anniversary is called 3.4.0 and was released on March 29th on the Japanese server. This patch came with a few new additions to the game as well as a few quality of life changes. On the Japanese server, this was the patch that brought ads into the game. But of course, seeing as Global was the first servers to get the addition of ads into the game, this isn't relevant to us. But obviously, this was not the only addition made with the patch. With 3.4.0 comes one of my favorite quality of life additions. This in the form of the improved costume selector. After 3.4 goes live, costumes that belong to the same set will now be displayed at the top of the costume tab once you equip a piece of that costume set. The costume piece will also be indicated to belong to said set with the help of an icon. So for example, if you have an Akito with no costume and you equip his hairstyle from his Colorfestival card The Thirsty Wanderer, it will now display both of his accessories at the top of the accessories tab. And the same will happen to the costume associated with the Thirsty Wanderers in the costume tab. Both of these will also be indicated with these icons to be belonging to the set that you have an accessory equipped from. This will also apply to all different costume sets that you are currently wearing. So if we continue the Akito example, if we then equip the Knights of White costume, the Knights of White accessories will also show up at the top of the accessory tab alongside the Thirsty Wanderer accessories. These will also be indicated by the icon to be belonging to a set that you're currently wearing. And if we then move over to the hairstyle tab, the Knights of White hairstyle will now also be indicated to be belonging to the set that you're currently wearing. Now this might be my content creator brain making this out to be better addition than it actually is, but I find this to be a very nice quality of life addition as it makes matching costumes much easier. I find this addition very convenient as more and more costumes are being added and I get more and more cards for each character. I don't know if it's only me having this problem or maybe I am just stupid, but I hate getting a new card and then have to go scour through hundreds of costumes to try to find it and then do the same for the accessory. So I really personally like this addition, and it's worth noting that this works for costumes you don't own as well. So it's also usable to easily be able to find and view a costume you don't own without having to look up which accessory belongs to it and vice versa, making it much easier to check out if there's a costume you want from a card or if you want a card at all considering how the costume looks on the model. I just hope that this feature doesn't put me out of business as you can all now look up all of the costumes on your own. In addition, you will now be able to move around the models in the model viewer, allowing for even better full body viewing of the costumes. This also means that you will be able to more closely examine costume details such as the shoes or accessories present on the costume proper, which is great for both really appreciating the smaller details present in Project Sekai costumes as well as artists who might be drawing the characters or creating cosplays, as being able to zoom, rotate, and really study the accessories in full detail is much better for referencing than what we had before. You can also use it to look at all the cursed costume details, like Vivi Bad Squad Mako's weird toe high heels. Keeping up with the 3D model theme, with the 3.4 patch, the 6th slot of 3D MVs will become available to be customized during view MVs, which means that during songs like Gunjo Sanka and Neo, you can now decide which character shall take the final slot and what customization they should be using. But as stated, this is available only during view MVs, not during normal rhythm gameplay, which is always a bit of a disappointment. And while it's obvious why it's not possible to be implemented into the co-op live sections, I do hope that we can get it implemented into solo live show at some point for people who use 3D MVs during gameplay. And while on the topic of gameplay, another addition to the rhythm game aspect is the inclusion, or maybe a better word is update, to the character cut-in voice lines. With the update, each Sekai Virtual Singer version, excluding the 5 Mikus, will get their own cut-in voice lines. These new voice lines will be both between the virtual singers and their unit members, as well as between virtual singers and their unit virtual singer companions. So, for example, Leonid Kaito will now have voice lines with the Leonid girls, as well as the other virtual singers such as Leonid Rin and Leonid Len as examples. But they will not have voice lines for other unit virtual singers such as Vivi Bad Squad Meiko or Wonderland Showtime Luca. Altogether, there will be a total of 390 new lines added with this update. And to make it more likely to hear these new voice lines, a new algorithm has been introduced. This algorithm will decide which voice lines to play during rhythm gameplay. The algorithm will decide which voice lines to play through giving them different priorities depending on a few different factors. The order of values/priorities will be as follows. The highest priority will be given to trust rank voice lines that have not yet been heard. Once there are no new trust rank voice lines to be heard, the system moves on to the second highest priority. This being unique voice lines or new voice line between characters that have not yet been heard. If there are no new trust rank or unique voice lines, the game will play voice lines at random. But it will be prioritizing/giving a higher value to trust rank voice lines and unique voice lines first. But all voice lines will at this point be played at random. And both the new cut-in voice lines for the virtual singers as well as the new voice line algorithm for rhythm gameplay ties into a new feature being added to the character archive. This being a new tab called Voice Lines being added to the character archive page. And this tab will, as you've maybe already guessed, contain various voice lines found throughout the game. This archive will let you listen to the different voice lines, and there will be 4 major types of voice lines being added. Most of these voice lines need to be unlocked though before you can listen to them through the voice line tab. The first category is the show voice line category. This includes the cut-in voice lines that you hear during a live show between different characters, as well as the lines character will speak after a live show has completed. There are actually different voice lines depending on how good you did during a live show, so there's quite a few to actually unlock from the results screen section as well. These are obviously unlocked by hearing them during or after a live. And note, even if you have a voice line set to off during live shows, you will still unlock them when they trigger during gameplay. You will also unlock the result voice lines that were available before the 3.0.0 brand new world update instantly, while all the new result voice lines that were added after the brand new world update will be needed to be unlocked by hearing them in the post-game result screen. The second major category and tab is small talk. Included here is voice lines that you get while logging in or opening the character/show menu. So, one of the voice lines said by your 5 team members in the left corner of the screen whenever you open, say, the live show tab before actually going into a live show. Worth noting though is that certain/most limited voice lines such as April Fools, collaborations and birthday voice lines will not be available in the archive or count towards the archive total. The third category is the training category, which include lines for leveling up, training, increasing skill level and mastery level of cards/characters. All of these voice lines will instantly be fully unlocked after the update drops. Because of this, these training voice lines will not be counted towards the character mission, but more on that in a little bit. The final category is the gacha voice lines. These are, as the name implies, the lines that play when a card is pulled from the gacha. The archive will include 3-star, 4-star and birthday/anniversary cards. And obviously, all cards you own will have their voice lines instantly unlocked when the update rolls out. Note, 3-star card voice lines will become available in the archive once the 3-star card is added to the standard gacha pool/character exchange. So it will take a while before their voice lines can be viewed in the archive, even if you do pick the card up from the exchange shop they are related to. Those are the 4 major categories available in the voice line archive, but obviously there is more to it than just having the voice lines be available in an archive feature, as I already mentioned the character rank mission tied to this. With 3.4.0, a new character mission type will be added, being hearing a certain amount of voice lines from any of the show, small talk or gacha voice line categories. Every 10 voice lines unlocked for a character will grant 1 character rank point, with the maximum being 250 voice lines heard, so 25 character rank points for each individual character. In addition, 2 previously introduced character rank missions will have their max cap raised. These 2 are character costumes unlocked, which will be raised from 520 to 640 as the maximum. These increments are in groups of 10, giving us another 12 character rank points available. The second mission type is collect character stamps, being increased from 25 to 35 as the max cap, giving 1 character rank point for each 1 stamp unlocked, giving us another 10 character rank points to acquire. Other than that, 3.4.0 only brings some more bug fixes, some noteworthy ones being fixes to bookmarks where they couldn't be created during certain chapters or scenes in certain stories, and fixed 3D MV issues where objects would be rendered all pink on certain devices, and a few other minor issues being fixed. Finally, Sekai will no longer be supported on certain devices, including Android devices for card navigation, TVs, and other devices that do not have a portrait display function, which has to be my favorite part of the patch notes. But that covers the additions and changes made with the 3.4.0 patch. Obviously, this patch is much smaller than the 3.0.0 patch that we saw during 3rd anniversary, but it still brings some neat changes to the game and quality of life updates. But of course, this isn't the only thing that the 3.5 anniversary brings, as we have an event and a slew of gachas, login campaigns and other happenings to cover. Before we get into the rest of the video, I have a small disclaimer as well as a request. These Ultimate Guide videos take a lot of time and effort to research, script, record and edit all on my own, so if you're enjoying the video or you've found the guide helpful so far, could you consider subscribing? Subscribing helps immensely in my growth, even if it doesn't seem like it, and you can always change your mind later. That being said, as we get into the gacha, the event, the login campaign and other happenings, I do have to put up a disclaimer here. While I'm lucky the scripting and research of this video took long enough for the March Colorful Corner to come out and confirm several of the different aspects of the 3.5 anniversary celebration on the global server, there are still several things that are unconfirmed or unclarified for the global server. Meaning that names, dates and contents of gachas and other happenings that have not been shown through official means are still due to change. So as always, use a pinch of salt on everything I say that was not directly confirmed during the March Colorful Corner. With all of the precautionary stuff out of the way, we can actually get into the event-related gifts, gachas and campaigns. As is pretty standard by this point, we will have 2 login campaigns leading up to the 3.5 anniversary. Logging in between March 28th and March 30th will grant you 1 gift of 10 Japanese 3.5 anniversary live bonus drinks. And these individual cans functions as a normal large can, just with another coat of paint. You can also log in between March 30th and March 31st and get a special Japanese 3.5 anniversary celebration story featuring the virtual singers. This story will only be available once months, so be ready when logging in to actually read it if you're interested. Because of the short availability of these campaigns, I advise making sure you've marked the date so you don't miss them. Also available alongside these two login campaigns is a Japanese 3.5 anniversary run-up goodie bundle. This goodie bundle will be available between March 28th and April 7th through the Crystal Shop. It will cost you 3,000 paid crystals to pick up this bundle, which includes 30 Japanese 3.5 anniversary bonus drinks as well as a wish jewel. After that, on March 30th, the actual 3.5 anniversary event will open. The event attached to the anniversary is called Rise as One, which will be a familiar face for longtime viewers of the channel, as we can't seem to go one episode without mentioning it. This event will run from March 30th to April 8th, and is a cheerful carnival event. But just like the 3rd anniversary, I will save the event guide of Rise as One until the Before You Summon episode is posted. Obviously, being an anniversary event, this event is connected to a colorful festival, this being our final colorful festival ever. The Japanese 3.5 anniversary colorful festival will go live alongside Rise as One, but will only be available until April 4th, which is the standard duration of any colorful festival we have seen. Of course, it also abides by standard colorful festival rules, as in no pity bar, 6% double drop rates for a 4-star, and the limited gacha tickets/vouchers. As always, there are new cards that are exclusively available in the colorful festival. But unlike a standard colorful festival, there will be 3 exclusive cards added this time around. These are obviously the 3 missing characters yet to get their colorful festival exclusive card, so we can finally complete the set. The 3 characters in question are Tsukasa, Emu, and Saki. Obviously, the 3 event characters tied to Rise as One will also be available as rate-up cards during the colorful festival. But Emu, Tsukasa, and Saki are only available during the colorful festival portion up until April 4th, which is standard. After April 4th, the Japanese 3.5 anniversary colorful festival is replaced with the standard limited event gacha. The gacha is called Play with Dogs, which abide by the standard limited gacha rules, meaning no pity bar, 3% chance for a 4-star, and still using the limited stickers and vouchers. With the 3 Rise as One cards being rate up, the characters being Akito, Kaito, and Honami. This gacha will be available between April 4th and April 10th and shares its stickers with the colorful festival, so don't worry, you can spark the colorful festival cards even after the gacha disappears if you didn't manage to get the required amount before the colorful festival ended. But like I already mentioned though, I will go into far more detail about both the gacha and the event Rise as One during its Before You Summon episode. And having an event and a colorful festival tied to an anniversary isn't something spectacularly special at this point, but don't worry, you have several more special gachas arriving with the celebration. Of course, it wouldn't be an anniversary celebration without a song campaign. The song campaign will be held at the start of the event. Starting on March 30th, we will see Electric Angel. On March 31st, we will see Red Land Marker. On April 2nd, we will see I No Uta, which is our first Teto song. On April 3rd, we will see Garnet no Namida. And the final song will come on April 4th, being Dandan Hayaku Naru. And it's pretty obvious why they skipped April 1st if you know anything about Project Sekai celebrating April Fools. Also opening on the 30th is the Japanese 3.5 anniversary Crystal Shop. This Crystal Shop will be available all the way until April 30th. And it will include both sales on crystal bundles, meaning that you can snag paid crystals for a bit of a better price than normally, as well as a few celebratory goodie bundles that you can pick up for paid crystals. Though it is important to note that while the celebratory crystal shop was announced during the Colorful Corner, its contents was not. And documentation surrounding the 3.5 anniversary crystal shop bundles content as well as pricing is very scarce. Meaning I don't know what these bundles included or how much they cost, no matter if it is the crystal sale or the goodie bundles. crystals. So just be aware that there will be both a crystal sale as well as several goodie bundles available in the shop tied to the 3.5 anniversary. But the first celebratory gacha we will see is the Japanese 3.5 anniversary run-up happiness package. This gacha will be available between March 28th and April 7th and is for the most part a pretty standard happiness package, with it costing 3,000 paid crystals for a guaranteed 4-star, with the standard pool reaching Memory of a Melody like most of the paid gachas during this event. And as always with happiness packages, you will be allowed to pick an extra gift when you pull, including things such as a wish jewel or 3 million coins. All the standard options are the same and currently displayed on screen, the special 3.5 anniversary addition to this selection being 50 of the Japanese 3.5 anniversary live bonus drinks. And once again, these are celebratory consumables tied to the 3.5 anniversaries and function like a standard large energy drink. Think obviously something like the popcorn buckets or the amasakes. And obviously, like other celebratory energy refills, they can be saved for however long you want before you use them. They are not time constrained in that way. The second available gacha is the Japanese 3.5 anniversary premium gift gacha. They have such short and snappy names, these gachas. This gacha will be available between March 30th and April 30th. It will cost a standard 3,000 paid crystals and come with a costume as well as a guaranteed 4-star. The costume will have a female and a male variant with 4 alternative colors for both versions. And just like the run-up happiness package, the guaranteed 4-star will be pulled from the standard gacha pool until the gacha Memory of a Melody connected to the event the way I played that day. The third available gacha is what I would consider more of a reward than a straightforward gacha. The Japanese 3.5 anniversary 4-star character guaranteed gacha will be available between March 30th and May 31st. You can pull from this gacha with the 3.5 anniversary guaranteed 4-star member gacha ticket that is available through the 3.5 anniversary exchange. We will talk more about the exchange later on in the video though. But there is only one of these tickets available, allowing you for a single pull. And this is truly a single pull, not a 10 pull. This pull will guarantee you a random 4-star of the permanent variety up until the Memory of Melody gacha. And these 3 gachas that I just mentioned were all confirmed to be happening during the March Colorful Corner. After these 3, the gacha situation becomes a bit more muddied as there are 2 more gachas that were attached to the Japanese 3900 celebration last year. These came out during the later portions of the 3900 campaigns, so in April, which wasn't confirmed during the March Colorful Corner. The first one was the 3900 World Championship 2024 Premium Gift Gacha, as well as the World Championship 2024 Spring Logging Campaign. The logging campaign was only available during April 13th, granting a single 10 free pull ticket, and the gacha started on the same day, being available all the way until April 30th. The problem with this premium gift gacha and the logging campaign that makes me fairly certain that it will not be included in its current form is that it's already released on all 4 servers, being one of the few logging campaigns and gachas to be simultaneously released on all 4 servers at the same time. So the chance that this gacha would return for the EN anniversary is very slim, seeing as we've already had it once. Which also remains true for the logging campaign, as we got it during our 2.5 anniversary celebration instead. The second gacha I am uncertain about is the 3900 Global Edition Premium Gift Gacha. This gacha arrived on April 22nd and lasted until April 30th. The gacha cost 3,000 paid crystals and came with a guaranteed 4-star, with the gacha pool reaching until Memory of Melody, just like all the other gachas, as well as a costume. This gacha granted you the glorious peacock outfit that is an EN original. This is the reason for my uncertainty, as this outfit is already available on the global server. And this costume has been available for a while now, so I don't think that this gacha will be available on the global server, but I suspect that it will be available on the Korean and Taiwanese server, as they do not yet have this outfit available in the game. Of course, there is a possibility that they rerun the gacha on EN as well, but I don't know if I think that is very likely with previous costume gachas in mind. The final celebratory gacha we will see with the 3.5 anniversary is one we've come to expect from every anniversary, being the 10 free pull gacha. This gacha will be available between March 30th and May 31st. And it abides by standard free pull gacha rules. Meaning you need the free 10 pull tickets you get from the login campaign, as well as a 3% chance for a 4-star, no pity bar, no spark/sticker exchange, as well as all permanent cards up until the event Memory of Melody. Which leads us into the login campaigns and other happenings. Obviously, we will have the login campaign connected to the free 10 pull gacha. Starting on March 30th, logging in will grant you 3,900 crystals as well as one 10 free pull ticket. This reward is only available once, then logging in for 6 subsequent days will grant you another 6 10 free pull tickets, which results in 3,900 crystals as well as 7 10 free pull tickets available. And the login campaign will be available until April 6th. This is unlike our normal anniversary login campaigns. As you have no leeway with days, you need to log in from March 30th and remember to log in all 7 days until the 6th to get all of the available rewards. This short availability of the 10 free pull ticket sections of the login campaign is actually due to the campaign being split into 2 sides. The first side of this login campaign is obviously the 3,900 crystals and 7 available 10 free pull ticket that we will see until April 6th. The second half of the login campaign will be available until May 1st. Each day you will get 3 Japanese 3.5 anniversary tickets as well as 1 Japanese 3.5 anniversary energy bonus drink. Now I will put a disclaimer here that this is one of the aspects where the documentation from the Japanese server as well as the communicative announcements from Sega and Colorful Palette falls short. All official announcements for the second portion of this login campaign are quite vague in their wording. This includes the official Japanese announcement as well as the unofficial translation and the Colorful Corner announcement. None of these announcements explicitly state when the second half of the login campaign starts. And the wording can be interpreted as the login campaign would be starting on either March 30th alongside the first half of the login campaign or on April 6th after the first half of the login campaign concludes. I have been looking around for some evidence of when the login campaign starts as well as asking some Japanese players. I have not been able to find any concrete proof of when the login campaign started, and all the Japanese players I talked to could not remember if it was March 30th or April 6th. So for the remainder of this video, I will be going from the notion that the second half of the login campaign will start on March 30th alongside the first half, as that's the version that seems most likely with how all of the announcements were worded. So just keep in mind that my estimations of how many tickets you can get will be based on the second half of the login campaign starting already on March 30th and running all the way until May 1st. This means that the login campaign is available for 33 days, resulting in 96 tickets from the login campaign alone. But remember that 96 tickets is my estimation that will be used in this video from the wording of the announcement and the little information we have. Use a pinch of salt for everything I say, things are due to change. And now some of you might be thinking, well, that's all fine and dandy, Milk, but what does it all mean? What does the tickets do? Which is a great question and leads us into the final part of this video, being the Japanese 3.5 anniversary stamp missions and the exchange shop. With the Japanese 3.5 anniversary, we will have a stamp mission campaign just like the 2nd and 3rd anniversary, with a special reward type in the form of the Japanese 3.5 anniversary exchange shop tickets. In the March Colorful Corner, it was actually confirmed that this stamp mission campaign would arrive on the global server between March 30th and April 30th, which is the exact same run dates as we had on the Japanese server last year for the 3900 stamp mission campaign. But the stamp missions were only confirmed to be coming to the global server. Nothing was actually shown of the stamp cards themselves, the mission hosted on said stamp cards, or the exchange shop tied to the mission campaign. Meaning that all aspects except the run dates of the stamp missions are still unconfirmed. Just so you keep that in mind as we get into the actual stamp campaign. So, starting with the stamp mission, they are much more straightforward this time around than their full anniversary brethren. There will be 8 categories of cards this time, which includes logging cards, song cards, live cards, event point cards, story cards, gacha and shop cards, SharePoint cards, and MV cards. In each category there are 3 cards you can pick from, being green, yellow, and purple. But they basically boil down to easy, medium, and hard. Now, this might seem complicated considering our previous experiences with stamp missions. But unlike those, this time you will pick 1 from every category, eliminating the truly difficult choice from the previous 2 stamp mission campaigns. The missions themselves are also a lot more straightforward for each card. For example, our first category is the logging cards. All 3 of the available cards in this category has 7 milestones each. And every single one of these milestone missions only require you to log in for X amount of days. The 8th and final milestone on the card is achieved by completing all 7 previous milestones. And this structure of 7 uniform milestones and an 8th one for completing all previous 7 milestones is true for almost every single category of cards. The easy/green logging card has you log in for 9 days in total and yields 23 tickets altogether. The medium/yellow card has you log in for a total of 19 days and yields 39 tickets. And finally, the hard/purple card has you logging in for a total of 29 out of the 32 available days and yields 48 tickets. Our second category is the song cards, which has you playing songs with autos counting towards the mission requirements. The easy card requires you to play 30 different songs, yielding 27 tickets. The medium card requires you to play 50 different songs, yielding 52 tickets. And the hard card requires you to play 100 different songs, yielding 89 tickets in total. And please remember that they use the word different in the wording of these missions, as it needs to be unique songs just like the bonus quests for events. You can't just play Hibito Envy 100 times and be over with the quest. It actually has to be different songs such as Hibito Envy, Venom, Alien Alien, and so on and so forth. The third category is the live category, which has you playing and completing lives. Autoplay will only count for the easiest level of cards. The easy card requires you to clear 50 lives for a total of 27 tickets. The medium card requires you to clear 50 songs with a full combo instead for a total of 52 tickets. And the hard card requires you to get an all perfect on 50 songs and grants you 83 tickets altogether. The fourth category is the event point cards, which is pretty obvious from the category title alone what it requires you to do. The easy card needs you to get 1 million event points for a total of 40 tickets. The medium card requires 3 million points and grants you 66 tickets. And the hard card requires 5 million event points, giving you 106 tickets. It's worth pointing out with how long the mission campaign duration is that you will have 3 events available that you can split up these cards on. These 3 events being Rise as One, Knowing the Unseen, and Parallel Harmonies. So all the points does not need to be earned at once in a single event, instead you can split it up between tiering between the 3 different events. The 5th category is the story cards, which requires you to read a certain amount of episodes/chapters from an event's story without skipping, fast forwarding, or bookmarking. The easy card wants you to read 10 episodes and will grant you 28 tickets in return. The medium card asks you to read 30 episodes for a reward of 55 tickets. And the hard card asks you to read 50 episodes for a reward of 92 tickets. The 6th category is the gacha/shop cards, which are slightly different than the others. These resemble their 2nd and 3rd anniversary brethren much more with their missions, and because of this I am putting up a disclaimer. For new players and old players as well, the medium and hard cards in this category requires you to pay actual real world money. If you are free to play, do not pick these cards. The easy card, or as I will call it, the free-to-play option, has you doing 100 pulls on any gacha, which gives you 51 tickets in total. The medium card, on the other hand, has you pull 5 times in the Japanese 3.5 anniversary 10 free pull gacha, pull 150 times in any gacha, pull 1 time in the 3.5 anniversary premium gift gacha, pull 1 time in the World Championship 2024 premium gift gacha, pull 1 time from the Global Edition Premium Gift Gacha, purchase any of the Japanese 3.5 anniversary bundles from the Crystal Shop, and finally purchase the April Premium Mission Pass. Now obviously we run into a few issues with this set of missions. Most notably the 2 premium gift gachas I was uncertain would arrive to EN, Korea or Taiwan at all. Now, there is a possibility that the missions are slightly changed by introducing, for example, a new global exclusive premium gift gacha, and perhaps introduce a new World Championship Spring 2025 gacha to replace the 2024 one. Alternatively, they might take the lazy route and just rerun the gachas as is. Kinda like they do the premium gift gachas between the Japanese and the global version of any given anniversary. Or perhaps they will rework these missions for Korea, Taiwan and EN all together to make them something completely different. This is why I made a note at the start of this section that we did not actually get any showcase, announcement or clarification how the mission pass would look on the global server. Because despite being confirmed for March 30th to April 30th, we do not know how they will do with missions like these. So for now we can only wait and see, since we cannot know how they will solve this. As for the medium card itself, once you beat all 8 missions, you will be rewarded with 433 tickets and 1,000 crystals. Which leaves us with the hard card, which has you pull 7 times from the Japanese 3.5 anniversary 10 free pull gacha, pull 200 times from any gacha of your choice, pull 1 time from the 3.5 anniversary premium gift gacha, pull 1 time from the 3900 World Championship 2024 Spring Premium Gift Gacha, pull 1 time from the Global Edition Premium Gift Gacha, purchase 2 Japanese 3.5 anniversary bundles from the Crystal Shop, and purchase the April Premium Mission Pass. Together, this will reward you with 635 tickets as well as 2,000 crystals. Now, the gacha mission cards are always quite pricey. The medium card should set you back 15,000 free crystals as well as 10,500 paid crystals and $15. Now, the $15 are due to change depending on where you live and what the conversion currency for, say, Google Play Store and Apple is in your country. And this is also assuming that you got all 7 of the free login campaign tickets. Now, with the exchange shop tied to these mission cards, you can actually lower the price of the medium card all the way down to 0 free crystals, but I will talk more about that later. The hard card should instead set you back 30,000 free crystals and somewhere between 12 and 13,500 paid crystals. Now I use the estimation for the paid crystals because once again the documentation of the anniversary crystal shop is non-existent. Meaning I am once again guesstimating how much the 3.5 anniversary bundles will cost from the crystal shop. So take everything with a pinch of salt when it comes to the paid crystal prices. And of course you will also need $15 for the premium pass in this card as well. And once again you can lower the price with the help of the exchange shop, going from 30,000 crystals down to 15,000 crystals if you use this. With both of these cards being super expensive, I suggest not going for either of these if you weren't already planning on picking up the paid gachas that are required to actually complete the cards in question. This is because you're probably looking at $100 to $120 in microtransactions to complete them. So be sure you have the resources or the money ready if you decide to pick either of these cards. A final note when it comes to the gacha cards. It is very important that you lock in your gacha card selection before you do any gacha pulls, as your pulls will not count retroactively if you forget to lock in the card. So again, do not forget and make double sure that you have at least locked in your gacha card before you actually start pulling from any of the gachas, especially the 10 free pull gacha. The 7th card category is the sheer point cards. To remind everyone, sheer points is what you get for sending messages or emotes during virtual lives. This can be done with virtual coins or crystals. The easy card asks you to get 3,000 sheer points for 29 tickets. The medium card asks you to get 5,000 sheer points for 48 tickets. And finally, the hard card asks you to get 10,000 sheer points for 86 tickets. So remember that these cards can only be accomplished during virtual lives. So you theoretically only have 3 days where you can achieve these missions, being at the end of each one of the 3 events tied to the mission campaign, with potentially extra days if there are birthday or anniversary live shows available during this duration. So make sure you get these done when the virtual lives are open, the sooner the better. Our final category is the MV card. These cards require you to watch MVs through the View MV menu, not the rhythm game. You also have to watch the MV to completion, you cannot interrupt it early. The easy card has you watch 10 MVs for 21 tickets. The medium one has you watch 30 MVs for 49 tickets. And finally, our last available stamp card, the hard MV card, has you watching 50 MVs for a reward of 57 tickets. And that covers all of the mission cards available, but there are still a few more ways to get tickets, so let's cover those first. From each one of the 3 event shops available during the mission campaign's duration, you will be able to pick up 20 tickets. These tickets are sold separately for 1,000 per ticket, resulting in 20,000 tokens for all 20 tickets in a given event. With the 3 relevant events of course being Rise as One, Knowing the Unseen, and Parallel Harmonies. The final way to get tickets is from the April Mission Pass. During this month, the pass will go all the way up to 20,000 points, unlike the normal 10,000. For the free-to-play side, you can get up to 200 tickets, 100 from the normal half of the pass and another 100 from the second new half, with 800 more tickets in the paid portion of the pass. Though it is important to note that 20,000 points is steep even with Colorful Plus and nigh on impossible without it. So keep in mind that it will require a lot of work to get the premium pass tickets even if you pay for the premium pass. So those are all the available tickets. But before we get into the exchange shop, let's do some calculations on how many tickets you actually can get. To keep things consistent and more straightforward for the calculations, I will assume we are getting the 96 login tickets. And I will account for the premium pass being completed both for free-to-play players and those who pick up the premium pass. If you are a free-to-play player picking all of the the lowest mission cards, you will be able to get 602 tickets total. If you are instead a free-to-play player picking all of the difficult mission cards, you should instead be getting 960 tickets. This is of course still accounting for the easy gacha/shop card, as the other cards are not completable as a free-to-play player. If we instead look at a low spender player, meaning that they picked up the monthly mission pass as well as Colorful Plus, you should be able to get 1402 tickets if you pick all of the easy mission cards. Meanwhile, a low spender picking all of the hard cards excluding the gacha category will be able to get 1760 tickets. Finally, a high spender that is able to complete the hard gacha card and all other hard cards, as well as picking up all other instances of tickets available, should be able to get 2,344 tickets. This of course being the absolute maximum you can get from the campaign at any given point. Which is all fine and dandy, Milk, I hear you call. But Milk, what do we use these tickets for? This seems to be a lot of work, so the rewards better be worth it. These tickets are used in the 3.5 anniversary exchange shop that arrived with the mission pass on March 30th. These tickets are used in the 3.5 anniversary exchange shop. The exchange shop arrived with the mission campaign and lasted until May 14th from the screenshot I've seen. But once again, the documentation and communicative announcements are few when it comes to this aspect, with the Sekai Wiki stating that the exchange shop only lasted until April 30th, which seems asinine with the login campaign giving you tickets lasting all the way till May 1st. So I am 100% going to assume that May 14th is the final day of the exchange shop's availability. And the exchange shop arrived with several unique goodies. This includes the Japanese 3.5 anniversary guaranteed 4-star ticket, which can be redeemed in the Japanese 3.5 anniversary 4-star guaranteed gacha that we mentioned earlier. Say that line fast 3 times, I dare you. There is 1 voucher available for the price of 400 tickets. There are 5 available 3.5 anniversary 10 free pull vouchers for 100 tickets each, resulting in 500 tickets for the entire set. This is what I was referring to when I said that you can lower the crystal requirements for the medium and hard gacha cards, as this is by definition 50 available pulls from the exchange shop. At the exchange shop launch, there will be 5 stamp bundles available containing a mixed assortment of characters that I will be showing on screen. Each bundle is themed after a different holiday, with each one of them costing 50 tickets. Meaning that for all 5 you will need 250 tickets. Then at another date, another 6 bundles were added to the shop. These bundles are a lot more general, costing the same as the original 5 does, making it 550 tickets for all 11 bundles. We will have 50 crystals available that you can buy 10 times for 10 tickets each time, resulting in 500 crystals for 100 tickets. There will be 1 wish jewel available priced at 200 tickets, as well as 10 bundles of 100 wish pieces for 10 tickets each, resulting in 1,000 wish pieces for 100 tickets total. We also have singles available of golden practice scores with 50 available for 2 tickets each, resulting again in 100 tickets for all 50 of the practice scores. We have 15 skill up scores available to buy 1 by 1 for 15 tickets each, resulting in 225 tickets for all 15. There is also 10 wish drops available for 15 tickets each, resulting in 150 tickets for all 10, which is quite a steal actually. And finally, there will be 100 mysterious seeds available as singles for 1 ticket each, resulting in obviously 100 tickets for all 100 seeds. Altogether, the shop costs 2,425, which is 81 tickets above what we estimate is the maximum you can gain from the entire event. So it's very important to consider what you want from the exchange and what you can rationalize away, as tickets are very limited. But for example, if you were to pick up all gacha tickets, meaning both the guaranteed 4-star and the 10 free pull tickets, all stamps and the crystals, it would set you back 1,550 tickets. So a low spender picking up the premium mission pass as well as picking all of the difficult mission cards would be able to pick up all of these things and still have 210 tickets over to do whatever they please for. But what you find to be the most important pickups is down to your own personal preference and account state. But with that, we have covered everything you needed to know about the Japanese 3.5 anniversary and the 3.5 anniversary stamp mission campaign. Once again, everything that is mentioned that has not yet been confirmed by the Colorful Corner needs to be taken with a pinch of salt. If I've forgotten anything about the 3.5 anniversary, please share it in the comments. And I will either add it to the description or pin your comment to the top of the comment section. And despite the 3.5 anniversary being smaller than the 3rd anniversary, there is still a ton of stuff to look forward to. I think that no matter what kind of Project Sekai player you are, there is something to look forward to. With that said, thank you for making it to the end of this video. So if you could consider leaving a like, sharing this video with a friend, leaving a comment and checking so you're subscribed. Even if it doesn't feel like it, doing these small gestures actually helps an immense amount to get me further out into the algorithm. And I also want to extend an immense thank you to all of my Patreon, no matter which tier they are on. All of you subscribed to my Patreon are truly amazing, and it warms my heart that you would be willing to give me money. But of course, a special thank you to my append players, being Ollie, Charlie, Katie, Mia Marie 21, Opal Siren, Petterish, Romaru, Shoop, Snobby Hickory, and Verita Zuwu. All of you are truly amazing, and I do think that I don't thank you enough, and I should be posting more updates and content to the Patreon so you have something to look forward to. And if you also want to support me that little bit extra with helping financially through Patreon, I will leave a link down in the description. But with that, a massive thank you for making it all the way to the end of the video. This video has taken far too long to script, record, and edit, so I will not keep you here any longer. Let's get out of here for now.